Hello, welcome to the second episode of my Let's Play. I started recording a little bit late, mainly because I forgot to. So my plow's already gone through a good portion of the field here, but it's all good. I've started stone picking, because I need to get these stones off the field before I come through here with my planter, so as I don't cause more damage to it. Ouch. Sorry about that. That was my cat deciding that it did not like where it was sitting at the time. It's comfortable now. I'm gonna just sat on my headphones. But yeah, she's good now. But yeah, so I'm currently running the stone picker, getting the rocks out of this field, or as many as I can, at least. And then after that, we have some purchases we're going to do. So for anybody who's wondering why I have so much money, I did not sell the soybeans that we harvested. I still do have them. I found a collectible, just one. I'm not going out and actively looking for them, if that's what anybody's wondering. To prove it, I do still have all of the soybeans here. And, hold on, where are they at? 30,000 in storage. And I don't have a loan out. Oh, I do have a loan out. I completely forgot about that. Why do I have a loan out? When did I take that? When did I take the loan out? Loan. Unless you started with it? But yeah, I never took out a loan. That's rather troublesome. I'm looking. Yeah, I never took out a loan, so that's mildly annoying. But yeah, I found a collectible. Only one. I'm not actively going out to look for them. If I'm driving and I see one, or see an area where I know one is, then I'll stop and look for it. If I can't find it after a quick look, then back to finding it is. Essentially, this will just help keep the farm moving, so that way it's just not super slow and dull to watch. But yeah, so here we are, just harvesting some stones. But the big purchase that's coming up is we are going to be, I shouldn't say big, it's relatively cheap, but we're going to be purchasing a chicken coop, and with that we will need a front loader, the seed bank attachment for this tractor here, as well as a water trailer. So that is on the agenda, and I do not think we will be purchasing a trailer to haul the animals in, as it doesn't strike me as something that is necessary for chickens. I think we can just buy the chickens and have them delivered, and that won't hurt us too much price-wise. I think it'll be $15 a chicken then, which that will pay for itself in and of itself rather quickly, especially if we get to the max of 30 chickens. But yes, we're just about done here with this field, at least rock picking, or plowing I should say, not rock picking. We still got a ways to go, but we are getting there. And we're almost full actually, so we might even be able to go sell this and make a little bit more money. All of about $150, I believe, but that is still something. I am actively streaming right now, so if you hear me talking to like a stranger or answering a question or asking a question, it's more likely to the stream. You can come check that out if you'd like. The link to my account will be in the description. You don't have to. Most all videos all streams that I do, I will record them, as this is the Let's Play now. This would be episode 2. So once we get this all plowed up and picked, then we'll be looking to plant because we're going to go with sorghum. That is the game plan, because I liked what I got out of that contract earlier. And we cannot plant that until April. So we have a lot of downtime, but that'll be time that we can use spending on the chickens and making sure that they're good, set, ready to go. It looks like my ball missed a spot. That is fine. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I also did not get this field perfectly picked, but I did get the majority of the stones at least going that way. But yeah, so we're just picking stones and looking to buy a chicken coop and the materials to go with it. Equipment, I should say, not materials. I might even just do a small section here as wheat, so I can sell some of the chickens, although I do know that you can chickens do sorghum as well. So that is definitely a crop that I can do to help with the chicken food. Obviously they won't take as much as you would think, but it's only going to be 30 chickens. So we'll still have quite a bit left over that we can sell for a profit. Or I could always just do a split crop. Split the field in half, do half of it as cash crop and half of it as chicken food. At least until I get enough money to purchase another field here. Looking at the map, field 12 looks like a good candidate to be crop. If you hear background noise, that's just my cat. I apologize. It's being annoying. But unfortunately, this is her room as well, so I can't just kick her out. She's just scratching, trying to cause a ruckus. But yeah, so here we are. This has pretty much been my sentence. Once my plow is done working, I will probably be taking that tractor and going to get that equipment. Once he hurries up and decides that he's going to finish up the field here. There's not that much left, so it's not that I don't mind stone picking, it's just the amount of time it takes. My hand is starting to cramp from holding onto the right trigger to continue to go. I could turn the cruise control on, but the issue with that is I have to stop it at some point. So to have the cruise control on doesn't really pay. Another $150 wage. Yeah, my money is dropping rather quickly. I'm not really sure what the price of the average chicken goes for. I'm sure it can't be too ridiculous. I know cows and sheep, it's quite expensive, actually, like upwards of $1,000 per cow and per sheep. I think sheep are like $750. Pigs are like $500 a piece. So that's super expensive for my taste. Can't quite get into that, but I will eventually, as well. Dairy is quite profitable. Product. I have also been looking into some of the production parts of this game. What is I'm looking for? They're interesting, to say the least. They definitely possess the ability to. Why did you stop, sir? He must have thought that he was done. That is quite comical, actually. There you go. That's exactly what it was. He thought that he was completed. There we go. And away he goes. What was I saying? Productions. Soybean oil, canola oil, and olive oil are also perfectly profitable products that you can create in this game. And they're very simple to do. It's essentially you just put in a crop of the oil that you like, and it makes it for you. The only thing that comes from that is it's expensive to purchase the building. The output is rather low to start, unless you have tons of crops to go into it. And then I'm unsure of how to haul the product. I'm not sure if it's something that would go into a tanker or if it's something that would go into onto a pallet and you would load. Hello, welcome to the stream. Just stone picking here. I feel my plow is going over there. Somehow I caught up to him with the 2-meter stone picker. So it doesn't make much sense to me. But we were doing it. I believe it's just because of the coding of the AI, how they have to back up and turn around every time. But yeah, I was just saying earlier, right before you joined, that plans for the rest of this stream are for me to go ahead and purchase a chicken coop and get that going. Because that'll be my way of earning money in the off months that I cannot plant or do anything. Because I'm going to be putting sorghum in this field. Unfortunately, I can't plant that till April, and then it's October, so all of winter to get ready for that. I may have to spend a little bit of money to what is the word I'm looking for? To landscape a little bit to make it so my chicken coop is accessible, because the way my farmhouse placed is quite toxic, because I cannot do anything with it, and to sell it would be completely asinine, as I would lose $75,000 on it. So it's kind of stuck where it is, at least until I make it this farming simulator work here, to where I can afford to do that. Okay, so I have a full stone picker. So for the time being, I need to figure out where the debris crusher is. And I think we will just go ahead and borrow or find out from the prices page. The stones are all the way at the bottom. Mark that on the map, so I know which way to go. I'm not expecting a huge turnout from this. Oh, it's just down there. Okay, well, that's simple enough. It's very quick and very easy to get to. I'm probably going to get a total of $160 for all of this, which isn't make or break, but it'll help cover the cost of running that guy over there who continues to think that he's done with the field, so I have to continue to restart him. I am terrible with the plow, so I'm not even going to attempt to. I'll just do the hiring and not hiring the worker. Make sure he's coming. Good to go. Oh, that sign comes out of the ground, apparently. And it will never go back to where it's been ever again. Whoops. That's alright. But yeah, so here we are at the debris crusher. This is also the animal dealer. So while we're here, we can go ahead and check out the prices of what the chicken would cost. So that way we can have some mindset going forward of how much we should be prepared to spend. The good old debris crusher. forecasted earlier. Total of like, oh, $194. That's more than I thought I was going to get. So I will not complain. It ain't much, but it works. It'll do for now. It'll do. Oh, I heard a trophy rock on. That's fine. Don't have any animals to be placed in barns and pastures. No, we can just go ahead and right away buy that chicken coop. How do you run with this or go faster with this? Land is not owned by me. I understand. I know. If I were to place this up on the hill here, I could probably landscape it fairly well. That looks like it didn't. Kind of. Landscaping. We will slope. Gotta set the point right there. Oh boy. I think I may have screwed up. No, that's not what I wanted to do there. Oh, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's not good, man. I figured I could handle this. I'm just trying to make it so I can get up here a little bit better. I bought the chicken coop because right now I'm currently at the what is the place where you buy animals? I can't think of the actual name of it. So we'll smooth the rest of this out. Yeah, level. That's what I want. I think that made it worse. I think it made it worse. The animal shop. Yeah, the pet shop. But we'll call it the pet shop. That's probably a good. That's probably what it is. I know, and it's got like an actual name, but I can't think of it at the moment. But I had to place this in order to see how much the chicken was, so I can kind of start calculating my costs. Oh, a shelter? I don't think it's called that either. Here. We will see it. We'll go open up the map. Because now I feel dumb. It might even just be the animal shop, but I don't think that's correct. It would be right here. The livestock market. That's not what it was called. Yeah, I guess it's called the livestock market. That's not what it was called in 2019, which is interesting. $5 for a chicken, huh? That's actually not terrible for a normal chicken. What's the difference? Oh, so these are matured chickens. And then a rooster, which you would need one in order to reproduce, I believe. $50 for a chicken to grow up, for a grown-up chicken, one that can produce eggs, or $5 for a chicken that can't produce eggs. I think that we will just go with the $5 chickens when the time comes. Yes, livestock. My plow. This thing has just been irritating me because apparently he doesn't. Yes, that would be the plan. Eggs are, for some reason, they're kind of overkill in this game. I mean, right now, I guarantee you, 1,000 liters of eggs is probably in $4,000 range right now. They're They're ridiculously over. Oh wow, I stand corrected. They are not worth anything right now. So I mean, I guess they're not broken on this map. Let's see if this worker will get this. Why? Why is he doing this? This is what I've been dealing with while you've been gone watching your race. How's it going, by the way? How's your driver doing? Out of how many people? How many drivers are normally in that race, I should say? Yes, my driving has not gotten any better while you've been going. So this bridge is still intact, but I definitely took out this pylon right here. And unfortunately, you can't put it back. So I can pick it up. It used to be here, but it won't go back. I do not think that I should be a supercar driver. But yeah, so chickens for $5. I could purchase 30 of them for $1,500. They are sweet, dude. I had no idea that that's what those were, and I'm kind of jealous that you guys have that. I wish that was actually televised over here in the U.S., or at least televised. That's what I'm looking for, on a more popular basis. Because I've never heard of that until you showed me. It's super cool. I'm definitely going to, actually. Just because I like NASCAR, but that seems like more entertaining to watch because they're actually turning and going different directions rather than left the entire time. I personally think I would get dizzy if I just turned to left and drove left the entire time. Or fall asleep while I was doing it. Either way, just because of the boredom. What is he doing? What do we think he is doing? Oh, yes, there are a few of them. And, but I don't really know the names of them, and it's very rare that they actually race on them. Which I know that kind of sounds counterintuitive to having them. But yeah, I don't watch it as frequently as I used to, but most of the time they would only race on that track like once a year. And I think it's a safety concern with it. Yeah, like I said, I think they only race on them once a year. I could be mistaken though. But yeah, they're nothing like which your guys' race on. As I said earlier, I am absolutely terrible with these plows. I probably could have went with the subsoiler and gotten away with it. But then again, it doesn't really look like it was plowed at that point. It's just a little bit of a different color than what it is now. And I don't personally think that's very true to the game. Or I don't think that's the way I should play it. But it got dark very quickly. So hopefully I can finish this field up before it gets too dark. I haven't actually gone and physically checked my terraforming project over there. I'm sure it's an absolute disaster. The Landscaping and Farming Simulator 2019 was much easier or much user friendly than it is in 22 here. Another thing that I know that they did back when I watched NASCAR more frequently was they would just use those tracks as like exhibition tracks, so they wouldn't count for season points. Which that was always fun to watch too. These drivers really didn't worry too much about, the publicity, and they actually drove the way that they normally would drive, or the way that they wanted to drive, rather than 1 second. A sim rig, is that like a so do you have like a game set up, kind of like we would have like the NASCAR type of game, but to where you can drive in first person in a vehicle? But so and then I'm assuming when you say sim rig, you mean you have like the steering wheel, gas pedals, and like a VR? A setup for okay. Is that on a PC, or is that on like a PlayStation, Xbox? Oh man, I'm almost done plowing this field. That's so nice. It's a full gaming setup. This is steering seat for Mercedes too. That's sweet. That sounds like it'd be super fun. I can only imagine what that costed though. I'm assuming it's very realistic to where you feel like the body roll of when you would go into a turn and whatnot. That's awesome. That's super cool. Okay. So is racing super popular over in Australia then? Or is it kind of like NASCAR over here, where it's popular but it's also not. Okay. Alright, so it is officially dark to the point where I cannot see, so I will sleep and skip to the next day. American football or European football? Oh, I'm gonna have to change my controller out here quickly. Sorry about that. Did I mean to drop my phone? Australian rules football. AFL. Okay. I have never heard of that before. I am intrigued now, actually. Is it like rugby? Because I love watching rugby. I think it's the most entertaining sport out there. There's padding in rugby? I thought that's what the huge difference was. Oh, and you kick the ball to move it forward. Oh, so it's just essentially it's chaos, is what it sounds like. It sounds, yeah. Oh boy. See, that's what I thought. I thought rugby was no padding, but I know they don't. American football. Yeah, that's not football anymore. That's a bunch of crybabies tossing a ball to each other. But no, the Aussie rules football sounds very entertaining to watch. So it's like rugby and soccer, except you can just check people and not get in trouble for it. Excuse me for a second, I have to let the cats out of my room. It's pronounced Aussie, not Aussie. Aussie. So it'd essentially be the U is silent. And then that would make the S's a hard constant. Okay, that makes sense. So Ozzy rules football. That sounds even more hardcore now, because Ozzy Osbourne is a very hardcore man. Alright, so. Oh wait, I need to do some modifications to this tractor here. I need to see if I can't attach a front loader to it. And I cannot. What about the X7? We'll go check. $2,000 to repair it while I'm here. There's really nothing I need to repair on it. It's still in pretty good condition. Nope, this is a medium tractor. The X7 That one you can attach a front loader on. Okay, so I'll take this tractor. Actually, before I leave, I should purchase a water tanker, so that way I don't have to come back here to buy that. Although I'll have to come back here regardless, because I need to purchase a front loader tool, so that way I can haul these bags of wheat home until I get some sorghum in the field. So, go to animals. You can't haul chickens, which is confusing. That's the way you can haul every other animal. I think that's worth it. Let's look at the tires. What can we do with that? I don't really like them. Okay, those are nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the BKT tires on this. $10,000. That'll be alright. Sounds good. See you when you get back. I need to find a place to fill this. I know that lake over there is probably a good spot to fill it at.